Did you just tap on my shoulder?
No. Whoa. Things are shaking. Things are moving.
Things are moving.
How are you doing, man?
I'm good, Gavin. How are you?
I'm doing good.
You good?
I'm good.
I'm good.
How are you?
I'm great.
You're good?
Honestly, I'm fantastic.
You're fantastic. Well, I'm fantastic. The second power.
It's just
No, I'm not really fantastic. You know what I am?
What are you?
Live.
All right. So, as every week, we have another interesting topic today, and you brought this one up. What, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, kind of a scary topic for people who are, and we don't want to fear monger. We don't want to do anything like that. But
I do.
oh my god.
Just joshing.
Yeah. No. No fear mongering, but some things people have to highlight on some current events in the world right now. So, yeah. Since this was your idea, you want to start us off?
Yeah. So, yeah. Basically, we're screwed. I'm sorry. It was perfect. Sorry. My bad. Sorry. All right. So basically, right? America has been a partner with Saudi Arabia for a long time, and it's where we get a lot of oil from. Things along those lines. So the big headline is that Saudi Arabia is no longer backing the United States dollar or the euro. And they decided to side. Decided to side.
Bars.
Damn, Eminem who? G. Cole, if you ask me.
The rails.
So basically, they decided to side with Russia and China and a couple other countries that are, moving to something called BRICS, which is going to be, they're trying to establish a world currency that basically defund the United States dollar along with the euro. And you can already see the euro is falling apart a little bit,
Yeah.
and see Europe is kind of struggling a bit. And that's actually something I did want to touch on. I feel like the European countries to Americans are so popular because of the social stigma of them.
Yeah.
But if you really break down the countries themselves, they're really not structured well.
Well, what's wild is the euro was actually stronger than the USD at a high point 2 years ago, which is scary to see about because there is a real aspect where if all this happens, because what was it? I would say 6-8 months ago, they were all meeting, aside from the UN, aside from obviously us and NATO, that all these Saudi Arabia, China, Russia, there's one more, but they were all together. These massive, wealthy, powerful people were basically looking for ways to create a singular currency.
Yeah.
That was going to get rid of the euro and the dollar.
Yeah.
And with all of them together, it would legitimately, and because after we got taken off the gold standard, we won't have any money. Literally, our dollar will mean nothing.
Well, what country was it that had started printing $1 million bills?
Oh, and they had the wheelbarrows.
Yeah.
Of the I don't know.
Was it Argentina? No.
Maybe.
I don't know. I forget.
Well, they just lost their leader too. I don't remember what it was. I'll look it up after, and it'll pop up, and we'll both look like idiots. But that's a real possibility, and we're already at a massive inflation rate. So we're already just printing.
Well, no,
money,
actually,
printing
if you we've come down from 9 point. What did we peak at 9.6?
I don't know.
Now we're at 6.8 or something like that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty steep decrease. You know what's even funnier?
You know what I'm sensing right now? I'm sensing a butt.
But, under a certain regime, it was.
Did one of our guests wear his hat last week?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's got a couple buildings, a couple towers. It peaked at what did it peak at? 1.8.
Yeah,
it was the average was 1.4 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're definitely a little screwed. And this is actually something that I said this to you before. This was something that I was worried about having happen back in 2016 when Hillary was going to be when Hillary was being pushed.
Yeah,
because we all saw. And first of all, this is where I feel like a lot of the leftists and like super hard libs. Like, I feel like they should have kind of seen this coming a little bit because, and what I mean by that is like they definitely like screwed over Bernie to put Hillary up there because
Yeah.
she was like the stronger candidate.
Well, that's why. So she got so much crap because of that. Because people were legitimately like demonetizing this man,
That's what I mean.
and it's wild.
And like, not saying he would have been a good president because I don't believe he would have been a good president. But I just think that like it was kind of crazy how that was like the first, not the first thing, but it was like one of the more recent first steps that we saw where like that party was just kind of like, yeah, we're gonna put this person, this is our person no matter what.
Yeah.
Which is not how that's supposed to work. And then fortunately, when Trump got elected, we had like 4 years of like rebuilding and like growth. And I mean, it's just the facts of when you really look at it. It's like since 2020, we've really just fallen apart as a country, and this is what I was saying to you last night at the movies because we were watching the trailers.
Yeah.
And every single movie that came out revolved around one thing, and that was or really like one thing as a whole, and that was like you're either black or you're not.
Yeah.
Right.
And
it
which
was
is
like,
and that was
either
one thing that I
you're
talked about
being
Gio.
racist or you're
Yeah.
not.
That was one thing I talked about Gio, and he said the same thing. It's like, no, like you and I are both in support of all of it, and that's the one thing that I want to preface. But it's also just interesting because it's like there's always what is it? It's like a trying to protrude like a narrative. It's like, cool, bro. You're human. You're U.S. citizen. That's awesome. Like all of us together, and that's the thing is, I think because of all this kind of stuff, we're now seeing other countries just take over. Because just like this. Where is it here? Europe wants to discuss wants to do like business with Iran, and doesn't want to subject the U.S. for doing business with Iran, and no one wants to be picked up at the airport for doing business with other countries that are in the U.S.
Yeah.
So now with all of this, we've divided ourselves here, and other countries are collecting themselves together and are now worried that we're going to do something to them.
Yeah.
And for what? We're they're now just completely taking us off the board.
Well, that's what I mean.
All because we want to fight with each other.
Yeah.
And not be like.
Well, that's what I mean. It's kind of like ridiculous when you see like all these countries that are like banding together to effectively like try to take over the world, pretty much.
And derail.
Derail. What America's done, and what the entire West has done. But no, it was just an interesting thing to see. Like, it's not, and that's the thing that like a lot of people don't understand. Is like if like every movie you see is about, this is the first black basketball player to do this, and he had to overcome people being white and racist, and then the next movie is like, oh, we're all black, and a presumable white guy is trying to kill us at a cabin, and then the next movie is, and it's like a trend, and it's just like. And then it's like it's kind of ironic because then you have a movie that we were there to see with 2 black lead actors, and not one piece of racism was in the movie.
Yeah, and it was one of the best movies you've seen.
Yeah, it's, what I mean. So like, I just think that, I just think it's interesting, and so I say all that to say like there's clearly for the forces that be are trying to divide, and conquer, and it's just gotten to a point where we've regressed as a society so far that like I think it's legitimately going to take a couple generations to rebuild if we started like now.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it.
Well, we're
like,
already seeing it. We're literally already seeing the regress of everything.
Like, think about it. How like when Obama was on office, right? So social media was was just coming up, right?
Yeah.
Like you had like your he first got elected, it was like MySpace and Facebook, and then it turned into Twitter, and then it turned into Vine or like Instagram, Vine, Snapchat, this, that, and the third, and it's all designed to really just keep you stuck looking at your phone and like stuck doing the same thing, and then you have something like this where we're literally talking about the United States dollar holding like no weight comparatively.
Because there's a real possibility that we could wake up like tomorrow.
I mean, yeah,
it literally means nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, it wouldn't happen tomorrow, but
right.
If this does come to fruition, like there's a lot of things, and what's scary is you have these big powers, not just Russia, China, that are all on board,
and then we're not even putting up a fight. Like there was like everyone keeps on saying, "Oh, America's just gonna nuke them," and blah 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 blah.
It's not that easy.
It's not really what's gonna happen. And I just think like based on what we've seen with Russia and Ukraine, like, do you really think that, like, first of all, if the Russian-Ukraine war was like as bad as a big deal as everyone's making it out to be, and America was to get involved, I feel like we would do a little bit more than just sending billions upon billions of dollars to Ukraine to help the fight.
Yeah.
A little bit of evidence to support that would be, kind of like what happened back in the late 30s, early 40s when there was like
right.
When America
When
America gets involved in like a war, we kind of have that thing where we just like take over the war in a way, but something like that.
Well, that was the whole fear with the whole Ukraine thing, because like they were asking for help, and we were doing what we could do to kind of like, hey, we're supportive, but we're not getting into this.
Yeah,
kind of what we were doing in like the mid to late 30s.
Yeah,
and it's just it's scary now. And then what's even crazier too is like on topic but a little off topic is like those AI videos.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the one with like they made about Biden?
Yeah.
Calling for nuclear war and all this kind of stuff. Like, we're already on the cusp, and people are just playing with fire.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy to think about. Everyone. It's kind of something that I think that we've kind of been told as children is like America is the superpower of the world. Right, like America is the place to be, the place everybody wants to be. Everybody's scared of America and going to war and everything. But I think we're starting to see it just through our lifetimes. I think we're starting to see other countries not being frightened of us anymore. Yeah. Because you got to look at who are look at like the White House representatives, right? Yeah. Look at are the people that are going to these look at Biden going to the UN,
he didn't get invited to the one thing,
right?
To the UN. He was not on the list to be invited to, to the big discussion.
That's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. And then you gotta look at things.
That was the first time in American history that a president hasn't been invited to a big UN event.
Yeah, and then look at like our Minister of Health or whatever it's called, the
and he's just absolutely massive human being.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things where it's like I think countries are starting to see the cracks that are being made in Americans' soil, and it's and the evidence is in something like along these lines. Saudi Arabia has been a partner with America for a while now, I believe since the 70s. And now they specifically asked to not, for America to not do something. America did, and now here we are. Simply because, once again, there's no oversight, there's no foresight, there's no what I mean.
And because of all this, we're now on the cusp of losing our dollar, and it's very scary. And where is it here? The BRICS group of nations is to decide this year whether to admit new member states into the bloc, as Saudi Arabia and Iran formally seek to join. So this is basically their aspect of there. So they are actively looking to create a new group.
Yeah.
And we're not even in the talks of it. Like, no one.
No, it's literally something to like, you can see it here. The economic bloc currently consists of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and is notable as a potential trading and political force which may predict could serve as an alternative, or which many predict could serve as an alternative to the United States and the global economic system it leads, especially as Washington's influence is considered to be declining on the world stage.
And just a note, guys, this isn't like from like Fox News or anything like that, some crazy right wing or left wing site. Like, they're from CBS. Well, what's the website you're on? Right there.
Right now I'm on RT News.
Yeah, and there's and the one that the quotes we got from earlier were from the Europe News. So these are from across the board, and so it's really wild to kind of see this. We're not even in the talks to be a part of it.
We're not in the talks to be part. I feel like
no one's talking about it. You don't see it on TikTok. You don't see it on Instagram. You and I are talking about it.
But that's what I mean, though, is because nobody wants you to
exactly.
See it, And what did you see? Apparently, was it the Senate or the House of? Was it the Senate? That said that they got told that they had to they were not allowed to have TikTok on their phones as a representative.
yes. No, that's all. I think that's almost all government officials now.
Is it all?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we all kind of outwardly know that TikTok is a device used by China to I don't think it's necessarily to like spy or like
Yeah.
mine data, but I think it's definitely to change the chemistry of your brain in a way.
Well, there was a whole thing with there is, and you guys can look this up. I'll find it and put it in. The U.S. government actively was going after Google and Apple to take off TikTok from their Apple.
Yeah.
Their not their
App
Apple,
Store.
their App Store. I don't know why you keep saying Apple. Like
Give you an apple.
What?
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 Anyways, you know what you haven't said in this whole podcast?
What's that?
It'll come to you. But yeah, it is scary, and it's one of those things where you do have to think about, well, and you know what, we talk about this almost every time we have these kind of topics.
Yeah.
Is that amazing cycle? Strong men create good times create weak men create hard times, and hard times create strong men, and thus the cycle continues.
Yeah.
And we have been in quote unquote peace for almost 20 years plus.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, I don't know what you can. I mean, well, that's what I mean though. Is like, so I remember vividly, right? I know like children don't have a grasp on the world yet, or like politics, or like how things happen, like especially societal politics.
You can't grab the world, bro. It's so big.
Well, it's flat, you know. It's but
went for a dad joke, ended up with a conspiracy.
But yeah, so I remember being a child, and like I'm sure you do as well. You know, I don't ever remember there being a racial divide in school. Until much.
Look at our friend group.
Right, but I'm saying until much later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't until later parts of high school where people started talking about, like, you started hearing the like the vernacular, like, oh, well, come here, white boy, come here, like, you know what I mean, like, like that kind of thing happening. Or, oh, she's ugly because she's white, or she's ugly because she's black, or she, you know, and it was like these things that are happening that it's like you're like, okay, well, like. Especially where I went to school, it wasn't like super prevalent, but like you heard it. Like the more you heard it, more and more.
Yeah.
And then you started seeing these videos on like your Twitter feed, your social media, your TikTok, your Snapchats, your Facebooks, if you still use that, boomer. You know, so you start seeing these videos of children beating each other up because of the color of their skin again, and it's a lot of the time it was like minorities attacking white kids because, and you got to think like, okay, well, why is this happening, you know? And I think a lot of it's got to do with how much media is being pumped every day about this quote unquote national divide between like minorities and the white populace, you know? So I just think this happening is a culmination of like this
What
happening.
was that?
I don't know. Is the culmination of everything that we keep saying, or like people keep saying about how we're focused on the wrong shit.
Yeah. Here, wait,
You know what I
just
mean?
hold on. Let me just make sure that
I don't think it did. Yeah.
But I forgot to put that thing on. All right, good. As we knock that over. All right, you ready? What the fuck? That would have been a really good time to get me too.
I know. I was scratching my leg though. All right.
Good.
So yeah, so that's kind of what I think about it. I don't know. I think this is like one of the things, the biggest thing we can look at as to how we're failing as a country, and you know, it's like you know, I don't want to fearmonger or like make everyone like, oh, but this is something that I think everyone should kind of look into and become a part of. There's no reason why, as an American, you know, you're not up to date on the social media or the current events.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, I mean, everybody could be more up to date. Like, I can be more up to date. You could be more up to date.
All of us.
You know,
it's good to know. The knowledge is power, and I say it all the time. Like, there's a great quote. I'm gonna butcher it. I'll paraphrase it, but it's like if the average American understood the average United States economics, there'd be an uprising tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, and it's like, you know, people just need to treat people like people. I think that's the biggest thing.
Well, yeah, but then you know, you also got to stop putting so much faith or like stock into these like celebrities and like you know, like I mean, just look at the recent thing with like Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber. It's like like a but this is what I mean. We saw this happen with what's her name, Kylie Jenner, where she was like, hey guys, I only need a couple more $100,000 to become a billionaire, and then people were like, yeah, take my money. And then we were like, those people are idiots because you're poor, giving a multi-millionaire more money to become a billionaire. Yeah, you're the same people that are saying death to the rich and death to billionaires and things. And then we're seeing it again.
And
Selena,
no longer going to be billionaires.
No. Do you honestly think that Selena Gomez really cares about, even if Selena Gomez cared about what Hailey Bieber said about her, right? Why do I care? Why do I have to look at that?
Is that what happened?
Yes.
No one told me what happened.
Literally, it's just
they just appeared on my For You page.
That's what I'm saying. All I keep seeing is these stupid videos over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, why can't I see the same amount of backing for I don't know, something that actually matters? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they're like, hey, reopen the Keystone Pipeline. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like video. No, we're not seeing that. We're seeing two millionaires, verbally, jousting, I mean, like begging for likes and begging for this and begging for that and support and everything. And it's like, that's where we are as a society, where you look at a millionaire and you go, wow, they have feelings just like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just can't stand it. I think it's one of the dumbest things I've ever had to witness and been a part of. And it's like, it's just.
Well, the other thing too is look at it this way. It's kind of a way to distract people, because it's right here. I just saw this. I didn't know this until I just looked on the thing. He says Saudi Arabia is interested in joining the BRICS group for the world's 5 major developing economies, as well as Shanghai corporations, which is fucking wild. Yeah. Because they circle almost every single part of the of either America and any other big country. Like they have legitimate like businesses all over the world.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they were one of the ones that were gonna allow a some kind of military installation on U.S. soil.
Really?
Because they were dumping millions and billions of dollars into it.
Jeez.
And just the fact that the Shanghai Corporation is even in the discussion, this should be a big national thing.
Yeah.
And this is all according to Russia's ambassador to the kingdom, Sergei Kozlov.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not American, so.
That's fucked up.
His name is Sergei Smith.
Yo, what if his name translated to that?
That'd be great. Kozlov becomes Smith.
Yo, he's racist. He messed up his last name. And he goes, I would love to talk to Gavin Soden. It actually means Smith.
No one believes me.
No one believes me. He understands. This American, he understands.
He gets me. Call off the war.
Call off the war. That would happen. That'd be your luck.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. Would you imagine if you could single-handedly end the war? And the upcoming war.
Dude, that'd be awesome. I'd be like, I'd have to make it dramatic though. I don't know how to do it. I'd have to be like, I'd have to get it like everyone's like literally holding their finger on the button, like every country, and then they're like, and I'm like, I'm just joshing. We're gonna cut this.
Yo, Putin, bitch, do it. I'm just joshing, man.
I'm just joshing. Don't do it though, because Chernobyl 2.0,
Oh, well, I mean, what did you say? Like, dude, there's been so much shit going on.
Yeah.
Because speaking of, like, the Chernobyl incidents, we had the whole Ohio thing, too, which we talked about.
Yeah.
Dude.
Ohio is still not okay. And even though they're saying, hey, go and live in it. You can go back to your homes. You can drink the water. You can swim. You can do this.
Yeah, water, yeah.
Fish still showing up dead. No, it's water, yeah.
Yeah, water,
water, yeah.
No, water?
Yeah, no,
it's
water.
Crazy. Purified drinking water.
No, it's water, though.
No water.
No, it's water,
But if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
It's like water?
Yeah, no, it's water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, water.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, we could always just take a vote.
You want to put that out there?
Yeah.
You want to cause arguments on?
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, we can do that.
All right, fine.
All right, America. Is it water or water? Let us know in the comments.
Oh God.
But yeah, no. So I think this is a very scary thing to have happen. you know, I just saw this the other day. It was it was somebody, I want to say from Ireland. I don't remember. It was like a passing thing on Twitter, but basically somebody had said that Americans are so bored that they're creating their own, and Americans are so privileged that they're creating their own struggle, their own struggles because like out of like boredom.
I heard them laugh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how like think about it, right? You got countries that are like, yeah, man, we don't have food to feed our populace. We don't have water to drink. We don't have like actual houses to live in.
Yeah.
And then Americans are like, damn, I think, I want to be a woman now. Or damn, this guy, I'm a black man and this guy didn't hold the door for me. That's clearly racist,
Yeah.
It's kind of it's levels,
No,
know?
I understand, and it's very trivial to how and that's the whole thing is there's always what was that line your mom or dad always said, like you wouldn't want to eat your food and be like, yo, there's children
starving in Africa, yeah. Which is like a super fucked up
I
thing. Like when you really think about it.
Like 6 years old, you don't eat. I don't want to eat this, mom. There's children starving in Africa right now.
But imagine like a 6-year-old being like, "Well, you gonna fucking do something about it?" Like, you know what I mean? I know you didn't donate that 32 cents at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Yeah, what would you do if they asked you like, "Yo, you want to donate $1 to the American Society?"
Yo, $1, dog?
and then you'd be like, "Nah, I'm straight." And then little Jimmy just looks up at you and goes, "Bitch,
I ain't eating them peas, man." Like no, like $1's a little hefty. I don't know, man. Maybe like 20 cents, but like
you know what's wild though is whenever they're like, "Do you want to round up your purchase?" And then
yeah, you look at it, it's like 5.16. You're like, I don't know about that one, big fella.
I always do it, but like
that's cap.
No, it's not
That's
cap. No, bro, because the dollar store I was getting all this, and it came out to like I think it was like what was it, like 12 cents over the dollar.
They don't even go to the organizations they're talking to you about.
Wait, what? Wait, stop. We completely derailed. What do you mean they don't go to the organizations?
They like it's like they basically get like taxed. Like they go to like corporations and they go to like funding the circulation the circulation of like the ads and like being able to have that like on the pin pad and shit.
Well, you know what? I mean, honestly, at this point, it's not going to matter. $1's going to mean nothing in like a week.
You get $1 million. I don't give a fuck. But you know what we got to do? We gotta go back to Doge.
Can you, that bro? How wild would it be? This happens. We get America. Your dollars are worth nothing.
Doge to the moon.
Doge to the moon. Some exorbitant billionaire that's like Elon Musk level has all this brick stuff.
Yeah.
And then he puts like to save America, he puts $2 billion of the brick stuff into Doge, and all the people that were holding it are now rich. And Doge takes
they're now worth like 1.9 trillion.
That would be the coolest thing ever. That would be awesome.
What would you do, right, if you woke up and you just got like a random direct deposit of like 8 million in your account?
I'm instantly pulling that shit out, bro. I don't think you understand.
Yeah, that is another thing. Is like I remember especially being in banking and everything, the thing that we're taught is like to say
banking on what?
Not the American dollar. I'll tell you that. No, we're always taught in like things that we like I tell clients and things is like you don't want to be a mattress stuffer with all your money. You don't want it's not building, it's not growing, it's not doing anything, just sitting in your mattress at home or like under your bed or in the safe, or whatever. But now we're kind of seeing like it's really not that much of a disparity anymore.
Yeah.
Especially with the Fed changing the rates on certain accounts and like CD rates and things along those lines. It's like you look at it and it goes from a couple years ago, like a decade ago, what were the CD rates or like what were the rates on interest to be able to put your money into the bank and have it grow versus today? Like I see it every day. There's accounts where they're earning nothing, and it's like it's not that big of a change if you were to keep it at home.
Yeah.
But I digress.
There it is. There it is. I was like, he hasn't said it in like 20 minutes. Usually he's like 15 minutes in or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I should make a clip of just you saying "I digress" over.
Yeah.
And over and over
Yeah.
again.
And then I'll make clips of you laughing at it over and
And
over,
over and over
again.
again. Oh, God. But no, yeah, it's just this is a really scary thing. And when you brought it up too, and like I remember when they had that meeting.
Yeah.
With the big global leaders, and like the UN wasn't involved, the United States wasn't involved, Canada wasn't involved, like all this stuff, and I'm like, this is like scary. Like no one's talking about this. The only reason I heard about it was I saw 2 clips, only 2, and that was it.
Right.
On Instagram, it was I forget the account, like DC Drano, and that's one other one. And I was like, yo, what? And then I looked it up, and I'm like, this is like actually no one's talking about it.
Right.
Of course, I didn't talk about it, but here we are.
Well, yeah.
But then, time went by and, TikTok dances, couples online fighting.
Yeah.
Kanye.
The Kanye debacle happened. And
Wait, real quick. Were those shirts with the Nazi logo like real? Was that a thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
it was
know
like a
anymore.
joke. Yeah, that was wild.
I keep seeing videos.
It sucks because I always feel bad listening to Kanye now. I'm like, damn, this is a good song, but he's racist.
Is he though?
Yeah, you can't say I support Hitler in the same sentence and go, nah, but that's crazy.
Well, that's a different story.
Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no. Like in all seriousness, no.
Yeah.
I think, well, I mean, it would not kind of. I mean, obviously, it's like apples to oranges here a little bit, but like,
you gotta say some wild shit, bro.
Let's put it on our thinking caps for a second.
Okay.
He says that about Hitler, right? And it's like racist, right?
You gonna say something
But
about
like,
Alex
what
Jones?
about the people that support Biden? And Biden's like literally like black people. Their white kids are just as smart as black kids, or black kids are just as good as smart kids, or some shit like that.
I forgot.
Right?
About
You know what I'm
that.
saying? Like, is he that not equal? Not equally as racist, but like,
I think the difference is
it's pretty racist. Like, it's pretty racist. Like,
it's fucked.
that's pretty fucked up.
The best thing, not to like just shit on the guy all the time, but like the best thing is when he goes, when I used to be in the swimming pool, the kids used to come up and rub my wet legs. I'm like,
Mr. President, what are you going to do about the people saying the American dollar is going to be defunded? Well, I remember back in Connecticut.
chocolate, dude. We're gonna get canceled. It's great. We're already here.
Woo.
But no, like in all seriousness, this is like and again, we don't want to fearmonger. Like we know there's a lot of you guys out there now, but yeah, we don't want to fearmonger. We don't want to do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is something you guys definitely have to watch out on.
Just stay informed.
Stay
really it.
informed.
That's really it.
Because if you don't stay, you know what they say. If you don't stay informed,
You die.
you don't. Just.
Oh,
we have
no,
like actual
you don't.
thousands of people.
You don't. That's not. I mean, that's not the. Well, I mean, technically, you know what I mean. Like, if you didn't know that, like, smoking a lot would like be really bad for your health, and you know what I'm saying. So, like, technically,
It's fair. You would die.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. I'd really be scared that for real. Like, I would really be scared if one day I woke up and the dollar was just zero.
Yeah, I'd be fucked.
I would. Hey, bro, y'all want to get lunch? Only costs $3.2 billion.
Yeah, oh, bro, I just paid my car today, man. That was 7.2 trillion.
Yo, listen, bro.
I got you next.
I only. Take what happened in the group chat.
Yeah, your ticket's $88 billion.
I kill myself.
$88 billion,
Could you
dog.
imagine, like, yo, we're going to Bees, bro, for half price apps. Oh, word, dude, that's a steal. It's a buy one get one for $5, dude. I love when we're making light of a really fucked up and real
You
realistic.
said we're not supposed to fearmonger.
Can't do this anymore, Gavin. It's bad. All right, you wanna wrap us up here?
Yeah.
It's a serious topic. Stop. Don't make me laugh.
All right. Oh, Jinx, you owe me a soda.
All right.
So, but anyway, not to fearmonger, not to make light of this situation, but I mean, you got to kind of make a little light of it because there's nothing right now that any one citizen's going to do about it. This comes from way higher up than us. Up the food chain a little bit in regards to political geography.
Indubitably.
So I think, just stay informed, just look into some different things that are going on, because, I think that's the best thing that we all can like strive to do.
Yeah.
Is like, just stay as informed as possible. And, just pray for the best. I guess. I don't know what else. Like,
I mean, listen, guys, let me ask you a question. If you had one shot,
oh, God.
one opportunity